Okay. All right. All right. All right. Put the pitchforks down. Put the pitchforks down. All right. All right. I know. I know. I know. You're not looking forward to this video. Well, I am. Okay. 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 Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Put the blades down. Put the blades down. All right. I know we're talking about kids horror hot takes. I know you don't like the spicy meatball takes. I know. But I think this is a fun idea. I think we can keep it respectful. I think that in the comments down below, you can respectfully disagree with me or respectfully agree with me without attacking other people. All right? This is my personal hot take list. This is not your hot take list. All right? You can let me know your hot takes down below. All right? Keep it mutual. Keep it respectful. But I just want to spark a little bit of a discussion and give my thoughts because, of course, I cannot be 100% correct all the time with my reviews. I am simply a man with an opinion, and I do have hot takes that a lot of people would think are crazy. That doesn't mean I always have hot takes, but there were a few that I came up with, and I thought we should discuss it. All right, so put the metal down. Put the metal down. All right, and let's gather around the campfire. Let's gather around the barbecue. Let's crack open a couple cold ones. All right, crack it open with me. We're going to discuss. Not sponsored, by the way, but if you did want to sponsor me, go ahead. We're going to crack a couple cold ones open. And we're going to talk about my hot takes, all right? I thought this was a fun idea to do. I'm going to be doing it for kids' horror media in general, so this can apply to anything out there. But yeah, I got a few hot takes that I thought would be a fun discussion. I saw some of my friends do some hot takes. I know some of them want to do it. I know Goosebumps Completionist did it for strictly Goosebumps, and I know Spongy 444 wants to do it in a written form. There's other people out there who probably want to give some hot takes as well. This can be fun as long as we keep it respectful. So again, please keep it respectful. Of course, I can hide your comments. I can do other things if you get out of control. But I believe in you guys. You guys are very mature. You guys are perfectly fine. And it's okay to crack jokes. You can crack 100%. You can crack jokes at my hot takes. But, don't be insulting anybody because I won't be doing that. Well, I'm not trying to. But yeah, let's get into my top 5 hot takes involving kids horror media. I think this should be a fun discussion video. I think you guys will have a little bit of fun out of it, and it will definitely rile some conversations. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, by the way. Before you decide to do anything otherwise, let's start off with a positive note. It's free. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button down below so we can get to 200 plus subscribers. And now let's get into the controversy. So to start off, I have mainly 5 hot takes that I'll be covering into detail, but I do have an honorable 6 mention. So it's kind of like 6, but the 6th one I didn't think was as prominent in the community. I didn't think it would cause as much of an outrage. Not that I'm directly wanting to cause an outrage, but I know that people are going to disagree with my stuff. So that's just to be expected. But I do truly believe in this stuff. I'm not just doing it for views. This is really the opinions I believe. So yeah, I am a man. Simply a man. A good looking man, but I'm a man. So to get into it, my honorable 6 mention for my hot takes for kids horror is triple header books. Story number 1, Ghost Granny. Sucks. That story sucks, man. And again, I've read reviews on Amazon of triple header. I've read it on Goodreads. I've seen a few people comment on Reddit. And I know in the Discords that I'm on, people have talked about their feelings with the story. It's not that popular of a story that people would outrage, but there's quite a few people who are going to tell me that's a hot take. So yeah, triple header story 1, Ghost Granny sucks, man. I've never understood why people like this story. Granny Deaver has to be one of the worst Goosebumps characters out there, right behind Micah from Revenge on Us. She sucks. She's literally always bitching, complaining, always being an ass. She's horrible to the family who takes her in, and this family is basically simping for her the whole time, taking care of this stranger. She's not even a relative. I heard on on somebody's review that, oh yeah, it brings an important message to taking people in, and even if it's a relative, you should know the line when you have to kick them out. She's not a relative. She's the friend of one of their relatives. So she's a stranger. And yes, taking in strangers is fine, unless they're complete dickheads, which is what Granny Deaver is, all right? She's completely an ass. She's mean to the family. She harasses them. She moans and complains every single day. And she makes their life basically living hell. So when she passes away and the characters start getting this guilty feeling like, oh man, she passed away because she's old. We're kind of happy that she's gone, but we should feel bad about that. No, she sucks. She's making your life miserable. Why would you keep somebody who makes your life miserable? I can get some of you are really nice, but me personally, I'm the type of guy that if you're really nice to me or kind to me, I will reciprocate that. If you're mean to me or mean to others that I know, I'm not going to be nice to you. That's how I work. So I could not resonate with this family being overly nice to Granny Deaver, having way too much patience with her. And then she starts like playing the victim card and gaslighting them when she's the one who's being terrible. And then, by the end of the story, after they continuously keep getting their lives ruined, literally the twist ending ruins their lives even more. And it's all because of her. It's literally something that she did, maybe or maybe not in the afterlife, if you can't tell what the title goes, Granny. I know people out there hate Micah from Revenge or Us. I know people hate Tara the Terrible, from Cuckoo Clock of Doom. To be fair, Granny Deaver, not including Micah. Micah's just really bad, but for a number of reasons. But like for Tara the Terrible, right? Are we supposed to feel compelled that the family feels happy that, Ghost Granny is gone? Like, Granny Deaver died a natural cause. She's just old. She's just old. So, like, being happy that this terrible stranger in your life is gone, that should be a good feeling. Like, I don't think you should feel guilty about that. Compared to in Cuckoo Clock of Doom, where, as the term was made, Michael does a quantum abortion on Tara, and we kind of feel happy that he got rid of her out of her life. Tara's a little girl. She's more immature and has room to at least grow compared to Granny Deaver, who's an old woman who's had her whole life to basically change and become better, and yet she's not changed her ways, she's not become better, and everything that happens to her and more should have been deserved. So that's my honorable mention. That was kind of like a hot take rant, but Ghost Granny's not that popular. It's not that big of a fire starter in the community, but I did think that was, one that was deserved to be an honorable mention. That story sucks, man. And Granny Deaver's one of the top 3 worst characters in Goosebumps. All right, I don't think the pitchforks are raised for that one yet, but just wait, it's gonna get crazy. So let's get into number 5 on my list. The first official one on my hot takes list for kids horror. Number 5 is another Goosebumps take, and that is Horrorland's Part 2 of the episode pairing in the TV show is so bad that it's great. That's right. Listen, I know. Listen. I gave the first Horrorland, the original One Day at Horrorland book, a 9.4 out of 10. It's fantastic. Amazing book. I really, really enjoy it. Horrorland Part 2, y'all. It is one of the most entertaining episodes in the entire OG TV show to me. All right. The only episode, and I'm talking strictly from an entertainment standpoint, as in I was laughing, I was having a great time, I was super, super joyful watching this. It was a fun ride. The only other episode story in the TV show that managed to basically be, as entertaining to me as a watch is Trilogy, which ironically is also a TV original. This one is tied to Horrorland, but it's more so like a TV original. None of this stuff was in the Horrorland book. Horrorland Part 2 is one of the funniest, most fun episodes out there. You got a bunch of iconic, great characters like the talk show host. You got the makeup artist who's like, darling, we're monsters, but we're not monsters. And then you got that fake-ass Jay Leno horror that got attacked by the killer werewolf that was wearing the saber costume in the basement. That was epic. That was really funny and dope. He's funny. He's got like a European accent for some reason. You have these iconic scenes of like, there's like a Kids Bop promotion track that's all like horror and monster related songs, like I Want to Wear Your Heart on My Sleeve and On My Dinner Plate or something like that. Some type of crazy violent monster type of Kids Bop type of songs, which I thought was really funny. It's really well done, really cheesy, but it's just fun, man. And again, Saber is in here. He's not called Saber, but it's called this like man-eating werewolf beast that's literally Saber from Camp Nightmares episode. And he attacks the fake ass Jay Leno. He attacks fake Jay Leno and basically murders him off screen. It's done in a comedic fashion to make you laugh, but when you think about it, it's actually brutal. And the parents are fun too. The parents are basically like selling off their kids' safety just to win a new car. They're like, no, we got to get out of Horrorland. We got to get out of here and save the kids. And then it's like, oh, but you can win a new $30,000 new car. And it's like, all right, kids, you might have to strap in for this one. And they're like, ah, shit. That's just funny, man. I just like that dynamic between the family. I like the dynamic of this game show. I like the fact that the Horrors of Horrorland have their own TV show, game show thing. And it's basically Spin the Wheel of Horror. Spin the Wheel of Horror, funny enough, is the second story in the triple header book after Ghost Granny. Spin the Wheel of Horror is a fun story to me. And I enjoyed seeing it here because basically it's the same type of story. It's even a play that Horrorland has horrors. Spin the Wheel of Horror is a completely unrelated story that they somehow tied together with this. And it was, I think this episode and that story or triple header book was made around the same time. So around similar time periods. So it could be that they influenced one another to some degree. But hey man, it's interesting. I love it. Again, this episode part is so bad that it's good to me. I had a fun time watching it. Maybe some of y'all are out there, but I know a lot of people hate this part. They think it's the worst one out of the two parts. But this second part of Horrorland to me is much more entertaining and fun than the first part, which is one day at Pororland. All right, one day at Horror Park, one day at Horror Fair, because it was so low budget and so tame compared to the book that it was just laughably bad. I could not take it seriously. But this part was so ridiculous and just played on the whole Spin the Wheel of Horror short story kind of concept that, man, it was too much fun. Again, I was laughing. I was having a great time. I was sharing clips on Discord while I was doing it. I think they also cameo some letters of BD on there, and it's Horrorland has horrors. So BD Horror, your boy makes a cameo in the two-parter. All right, I'm the Horror Tavern now, but back in the day when I was BD Horror, your boy cameoed up in there. All right, we gotta respect it. And yeah, it's so cheesy, it's so bad, but it's so fun to me. All right, number 4 on my list for hot takes in kids horror would be actually from Are You Afraid of the Dark? And this take is revolving around one of the most iconic, arguably the most iconic and famous episode in the show, with arguably one of the most iconic and famous mascot villains of the show. And because he's a mascot, that shows how popular it is again. And that is the tale of Laughing in the Dark is mid to actually meh, kind of boring at points. All right. Okay. I know. Put back up the pitchfork. All right. I know. This is an iconic episode. Everybody loves it pretty much. There's a lot of nostalgia for it. Zeebo is a mascot character, and it's very highly regarded. I have no idea why. This episode is super mid to me. It just didn't do anything special to me. All right, Zeebo, not that intimidating of a villain. He really doesn't do anything in the episode. He makes smoke. He makes red balloons. He steps in chocolate pudding and has some goofy carnival music as his theme. That's really all he does. He's just a cigarette smoking clown that really didn't do anything for the kid. The kid actor is not that good. He tickles, I think, the sister or one of the best friend's sisters just out of nowhere. He's like, tickle, tickle, tickle. Stupid. Did not make any sense whatsoever. All the characters are kind of just sort of mid. He's really a bad character. He's just sort of annoying, always trying to talk up to the other best friend that he's with. He's always like, nah, 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 you're not brave. It's that kind of character. And then when he actually encounters Zeebo, he does really stupid acting where he's like, what are you gonna do with that balloon, man? Zoink, Scoob, he's got the honker on him. It's that type of stupid character that I don't care about. And Zeebo himself is not that intimidating. Haunting Hour or Afraid of Clowns is actually more creepy and terrifying than this episode. The episode is better written, but Zeebo is not as intimidating as those clowns were. This clown, Zeebo, he's okay, all right? I get the aesthetic look. I get maybe that's why it's iconic. It's one of the first few episodes. But man, is it overrated. It's really just an average to boring episode. I was not impressed by any of it. I thought a lot of it was just kind of goofy and stupid and all over the place. And I would have loved it to take more place in the actual carnival section, the actual carnival setting, which is one of my favorite settings of kids' horror and horror in general. But no, even Dr. Vink's actor plays a non-Dr. Vink character. He's pretty charming, but he barely even appears in the episode, right? So, it is what it is. This one's like a 6.87 out of 10, which is crazy to some people, again, because a very well-loved, iconic mascot episode. I'm not that big of a fan, so that is number 4 on my list. Number 3 for my kids' horror hot take actually revolves around the Goosebumps movies. And that is that Goosebumps Movie 2, Haunted Halloween, is superior to Goosebumps 2015 by quite a bit. Okay. Put the shotguns down. Where did y'all even get shotguns? You know what? Some of y'all be living out in like the Midwest. Y'all got Remingtons out there. Relax, bruh. All right, bring back the pitchforks, and then put away the Remington. I know that's a white horse crazy take for me, apparently, but I don't get why people like Goosebumps 2015 more than Haunted Halloween. Haunted Halloween has arguably the best showing of Slappy in all of Goosebumps, better than anything Stein has done. So I gotta give Rob Letterman props there. Slappy's demonstration of his powers, how creepy, how intimidating, how manipulative he is, how scary he is all damn near perfect in Haunted Halloween. And I'm not a Slappy fan. I'm the opposite. I kind of don't like Slappy at Serve. He's okay, but I definitely think he's overrated. So the fact that I'm praising Slappy here, he really had a fantastic showing. He was manipulative. He wanted to get a family, which is a brand new perspective we've not seen in Slappy. He was teleporting. He had super speed. He was hurting the sister's like boyfriend who cheated on her. He physically hurt him in that case. He's like waiting up in her locker, just like staring at potential victims who might mess with his family. And he's so intelligent that he decides that, you know what, by using the local Tesla electric tower in town, I'm going to use it to amplify my power through the electrical radio waves. I'm like, that's pretty intelligent. Slappy was moving and acting like an anime villain in Haunted Halloween, which is something I respect heavily. He was super good in that. And the second half of the movie with the actual stuff on Halloween night felt like Halloween Town gone rogue. I loved all the costumes. I loved all the creatures coming to life. Slappy in that store bringing all the attractions to life. And then on Haunted Halloween using his actual powers to bring forth all the the jack-o'-lantern, the headless horseman, the giant spider monster thing coming to life. That was all badass and dope. I really enjoyed it. The only weakness to that movie is that the main characters are average to bland, but even the main sister has 2 good emotional moments in there, one involving bonding with her brother, the other one is a coming-of-age ending at the end of the movie. That's really the only weaknesses. Goosebumps 2015 is a pretty good movie, but it's basically just a Jumanji ripoff. I brought it up in my previous review, so go watch my Goosebumps 2015 review, my previous video, if you have not already. But it felt more like a wild roller coaster attraction. A lot of monsters were underutilized. The Abominable Snowman was treated like an idiot in that hockey ring. He was treated like a bumbling orangutan. You had the Werewolf Fever Swamp with wonky CGI, and it was barking. A werewolf is barking like a golden retriever. Ew, bro. Stein was annoying. I love Jack Black as an actor in person, but he was kind of annoying when he was playing Stein in that movie. And really, the only things I like were the praying mantis, the Ferris wheel scene. I like the 3 main characters. The 3 main characters are better than the characters in Haunted Halloween, but the story in Haunted Halloween is much more superior, and it actually felt like a Goosebumps book. It felt like Stein could have written a Slappy book like this, and if he wrote a Slappy book like this, I would have given it a fantastic score. I would have called it like, Slappy's Homecoming or Family of the Living Dummy, I don't know, but it would have been great. All of Slappy's best traits, his manipulation, how creepy he is, the additional powers that Rob Letterman gave him, and just his aura to him was awesome. And I love that Halloween rampaging in the second half of the movie. So yeah, Haunted Halloween is quite a bit better than 2015 to me. So that's a hot take. People don't like Haunted Halloween as much. I don't know why. And I don't know why Slappy fans would not like it as much, because this is arguably Slappy's best showing. I thought you guys would love this one, but I don't know. All right, that's my white horse. You know, I like it more than a lot of other people do. Those are just my thoughts. Number 2 on my hot take list is, oh boy, this might cause people to pull out some grenades, but hey, we're gonna do it. Slappy should have not been the mascot to Goosebumps. Stay on the video, bro. Don't click off yet. Stay on. Let me explain. Let me cook. Let me cook. Let me cook. All right. Slappy to me is cool. Yes, he's iconic. But much like Laughing in the Darkest to Are You Afraid of the Dark's TV show, a lot of Slappy books are mid-average to kind of bad. And he has so many stories due to his popularity, but a lot of them are just meh, average, fine. And the few good Slappy books to me, like Night of the Living Dummy 2, Son of Slappy, My Best Friend Slappy, they don't get as much recognition among Slappy stans as opposed to other books which I find mid to bad, like Night of the Living Dummy 3, the book. You know, that one is not that good. Arguably, a lot of Slappy media is kind of overrated, and it's not that good. And a lot of his books are very formulaic, kind of the same thing all over again. And when Stein does decide to write something different, a lot of the time it either ends up missing the mark, or it's good to non-Slappy fans and normal readers, but Slappy stans who would buy a lot of his books don't like them. I don't know why. I don't understand why. Maybe you guys like the formulaic, simple stuff. I can kind of get it, but Slappy to me should have not been the mascot. To me, the mascot really should have been the Haunted Mask. All of the Haunted Mask media is pretty much good to really good to fantastic. To me, the weakest Haunted Mask media I've read so far is the Haunted Mask 2 book, and that one is still like an 8 out of 10. It's still a good book. It's still a pretty good book. And then you have the Haunted Mask book, fantastic. You have the Haunted Mask 2 episode, Haunted Mask episode, I should say, is also equally as fantastic, if not maybe even a little bit better. The Haunted Mask 2 episode is a 10 out of 10 perfecto, flawless victory. And Screams of the Haunted Mask was really good too. It was really creepy. Even though it did a different timeline, it's arguably to me one of the creepiest Haunted Mask books. Had a lot more urban legend stuff in it, and I loved it. I still loved it. I still enjoyed it quite a bit. Which for Horrorland, which is kind of like my least favorite series right now, that's saying a lot. Haunted Mask has a lot more consistently good media. It has the most iconic episode and story, in my opinion. Everybody knows that it's as equally popular as Slappy, if not for the movies. If it wasn't for Rob Letterman's vendetta against the Haunted Mask and promoting Slappy and shit, it would have easily have been as popular as Slappy. It is what it is, you know? That's just how I feel. So the Haunted Mask should have been the mascot. You have even other ones like the Werewolf of Fever Swamp is a cool mascot. I like it. You know, in the movie it didn't get justice, but in the book, yeah, I like the Werewolf of Fever Swamp. It's cool, you know. But again, the Haunted Mask, one of the most iconic villains out there. You know, really great. I really, really enjoy the Haunted Mask, and I think it makes for a great villain. So I think that should have been the mascot. I know there's a lot of Slappy stands out there. They're very pissed off about that, but those are my thoughts. That's how I feel. I think the Haunted Mask stories are way more consistently good than Slappy's, and you just gotta respect it, all right? The Haunted Mask at least doesn't have the same talent show and birthday party shit going on every time, and then retconning halfway into the book. Oh, boy. All right, and finally, my number one. This one's going to make a lot of y'all explode. Keep it respectful, y'all. To me, my number one hot take in kids horror is the Haunting Hour TV show is better than Goosebumps. I've explained this in a previous video called What's the Best Series or Thing I've Watched or Read. It's a very old video. The thumbnail is like me, completionist, and a bunch of guys in like a NBA Hall of Fame suit thing. The Haunting Hour TV show is more consistent to me than the Goosebumps TV show. The Haunting Hour is darker. It has a better variety of episodes. A lot of those episodes end up being very good to very creepy for me. I enjoy them a lot more. I like the variety of the main characters. I like the variety of the plots. I think the villains in Haunting Hour are darker a lot of the time than Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark? And I just think it's consistently good, consistently unique, consistently you'll find something good in there for the most part. And I don't think that Haunting Hour's lows, aside from maybe Pouf de Fromage, is like are as low as some of Goosebumps TV show lows, book lows, and especially Are You Afraid of the Dark's episode lows are abysmal. Abysmal. Haunting Hour has some of my favorite episodes, kids horror episodes ever. You have The Dead Body, fantastic. Scarecrow, fantastic. Fear Never Knocks, fantastic. Pumpkinheads, fantastic. Creature Feature, fantastic. Headshot, fantastic. Flight, fantastic. Brush with Madness, fantastic. Dreamcatcher, fantastic. Mascot is good. It's pretty damn good. It's not it's overrated, but it's really good. Really You is good. Stage Fright is underrated. I actually like that one. Girl in the Painting is that so weird it's good. It's like that good type of weird episode. The Cast is good. Catching Cold is good. I've listed off like 15 different stories that are really good. And even the bad ones in Haunting Hour. Game Over with Caleb, whatever, the guy from Austin and Alley. That's a fun, and the SPD Red Ranger, that's a fun episode. I still liked it. Pool Shark, I still like it for the most part. Aside from the little corniness between the relationship stuff, I like the Pool Shark urban legend, lore and stuff behind it. I like it. Another fantastic one, The Perfect Brother, really good. There's a lot of good episodes in Haunting Hour. Just a lot of consistently good ones. A lot of ones that I enjoy and have a good time with. You even have a wide variety. Again, Lots of Luck, a leprechaun story. You have Detention, which is like a Breakfast Club kind of thing. You have Terrible Love. Terrible Love is not the worst episode, but it's a very corny sort of Disney Channel type of movie. You have Funhouse. Funhouse is a psychological thriller episode. I can keep going on and on. There's a lot of great villains. Jake Skinner, Fear, Dreamcatcher. Dreamcatcher's line at the end of his episode, if you were awake, I wouldn't be here. As he's about to kill and eat her. Damn! I like that. Haunting Hour Headshot. The main villain is Satan. The main villain is the devil. And she bad as shit. The devil is hot as fuck. I respect it. Listen, man. It's got a lot of good stuff in there. It's got a lot of stuff you should check out. And The Haunting Hour to me is the consistently best kids horror TV show. I love it. And even the movie, Don't Think About It. I gotta rewatch that one. But the monster and Don't Think About It, you don't want to think about it. It's straight nightmare fuel, bro. Come on, bro. Haunting Hour, fantastic. Again, Goosebumps is an awesome TV show. I love Goosebumps. I wouldn't be reviewing it if I didn't love it. But I just think Haunting Hour is more consistent and it's better. It's the superior TV show in my opinion. And those are my 5 hot takes. I didn't want to make it too long, but we hit the 28-minute mark around. But yeah, let me know down below if you agree or disagree. Do you feel the same way? Do you have your own hot takes? What do you think about my list? And if you still like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you didn't like it, you didn't agree with me, you think I'm stupid, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so we can get to 200 subscribers. And again, keep it respectful, keep it calm in the comments. And yeah, that's all I have for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this little discussion video. And deuces. Telling you, man, people are gonna riot over this stuff, man. But hey, man, sometimes they hated Jesus because he spoke the truth. And my name is Jesus. It's not Jesus. It's not. I know a dealer named Jesus though. For Goosebumps and kids horror for clarification.